Hey guys, welcome back to Buzzer to Buzzer. Alright guys, welcome back to the second day of our NFL draft coverage going on here at Buzzer to Buzzer. Today we're going to be talking about the best available QB draft prospects. Now guys, I think all of us know that number one pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars and overall the best quarterback in the draft is hands down Trevor Lawrence. But then interest and a lot of questions start to arise as to who falls in the second quarterback spot. And the third, there's a bunch of great quarterbacks from Zach Wilson to Justin Fields to Trey Lance and a bunch of others as well. Let's get started off by talking about who's our best QB looking like, given Trevor Lawrence goes number one.
For me, I think it's been crazy to think that this guy has dropped so the way that he has. But ever since the season ended, it was always number one Trevor Lawrence and number two Justin Fields. And for whatever reason, during these past couple of months, Justin Fields has slid all the way down to the fourth, maybe even the fifth quarterback. But I think you look at the tape. He's played some of the best competition. He's been a 2-year starter, not just a 1-year starter like some of these other quarterbacks. He's played in the highest moments, high pressure.
This dude.
He's played in the highest moments. He's played the highest pressure games during the national semifinal and the national championship. So, he's played really well, and I think he's by far the number two quarterback prospect after Trevor Lawrence.
I think Justin Fields is a really talented QB, and I am a bit shocked too, like you are, in that he was dropping so many spots, especially considering people were saying that he's going to be a lock in the top 5 picks. But I think that the best QB prospect after Trevor Lawrence is Trey Lance. You're looking at his NFL player comp, it's on everything, but it says Josh Allen. I would say he's a great QB, has a crazy arm talent, high football IQ, can make good passes when he's under pressure. Some downsides, some weaknesses that he has. He's a bit indecisive. He's inexperienced, but I think that he has a lot of potential, especially with the arm talent he has, the throws he can make. So I would say that he's probably going to be the second QB who gets drafted. But then again, this draft is so stacked with QBs, I wouldn't be surprised if another person like Justin Fields gets drafted before him.
I agree with the B. He brought up great points about his skills and weaknesses, but I just want to put in context what Trey Lance is doing at North Dakota State. That is essentially FCS's Alabama, right? North Dakota State, they are perennial champions of that division, and they will be even after and before he comes. And this guy comes in and starts calling plays. The coaching staff has given him the decision to make. He's Peyton Manning type maneuvers in college at an Alabama-like program, essentially. And this guy, like we said, he's high football IQ, and really his weakness is accuracy. And looking back at Josh Allen as a raw prospect out of Wyoming, his major problem was accuracy. That's something that can be taught, and in the correct situation, like Buffalo did when they developed him, Josh Allen. If he gets put in a situation like that, we could see Trey Lance probably being even better than Trevor Lawrence.
For sure, I can see Trey Lance up there, but for me, I got to go back to what I saw in this past year with one guy from Ohio State, Justin Fields. Like already said, Justin Fields, he's been balling out. I feel like Justin Fields has sort of been misconstrued throughout this whole draft process. He's arguably been one of the quarterbacks who's been most handpicked apart every single detail, from his leadership to the way he's been balling on the field. I feel like there's a point at which you can criticize a player, and that line has been crossed with Justin Fields. For some reason, everybody's been drawing so much criticism of him. And, for sure, you can talk about how his sophomore season he balled out, but I think his final season, we saw that game against Clemson, it was a statement game, honestly. This past season, his senior year, he balled out. He had one of the best completion rates and most passing yards thrown for his career as well. Justin Fields in general reminds me a lot about sort of that Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, mobile, able to throw, a great quarterback. And I'm excited to see Justin Fields. I'm expecting him to be a top 10 quarterback pick for sure. Alrighty, guys. Well, those are our thoughts on who are amongst the best quarterbacks in this upcoming NFL draft. It's going to be a star-studded draft and a lot more to see. Guys, as always, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below who you think is the best quarterback available. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a mock draft. Guys, until then, take care. Catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.